Lawless, and Higginbotham, and Bannigan. Good build-up this from Partick Thistle. Nicely done here. The cutback for Lawless, and Partick Thistle are in front, and Lawless kept his cool to tuck that ball away. 360-mile trip for the Partick Thistle supporters. It's been well worthwhile so far. Lawless, Bannigan, and there's Lawless, and it's 2-0. It gets even better for Partick Thistle. County have really struggled to get a foothold in this game. Well played by Craigan. Chances on here for Bannigan. He's got Lawless, who's onside. 3-0 Partick Thistle. With O'Donnell though. Elliott. Now Lawless, so it's 3-1 now.
I'm now joined by ex-Partick Thistle winger Stevie Lawless. Stevie, how you doing? Thank you.
Not bad, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for joining us.
No problem at all.
We'll just start with your time at the club. You joined in 2012, so could you just talk us through how that came about?
We played a couple of no reserve games, bounce games against Thistle when I was at Motherwell, and I didn't know anything about the interest of that, if I'm being honest. Because I was due to stay at Motherwell. Stuart McCall offered me a new deal, but I had a meeting with him and he said I'd basically be doing the same as I'd done that year, and I just really wanted to get games. So he actually said to me that he knew Jackie and Thistle were interested, so he would take the deal away so that he didn't have to pay any compensation. So that's how I found out about the interest. It was through Jackie McNamara and Stuart McCall.
When you signed, Jackie McNamara was in charge. Could you just talk us through what he was like to work under?
I really enjoyed my time. Training was actually pretty basic, if I'm being honest. Like, we didn't do that much on the training pitch, if I'm being honest. It was more, he knew good players and he knew how to get the best out of them, attacking wise. And that was a massive thing for me going there. I knew they really wanted to play football, and I knew a few of the boys who were playing against them. I knew there were good players there. But I really enjoyed working with Jackie.
That first season you were there, Archie obviously took over. What was it like? Was it hard, him going from your teammate to your manager?
No, I don't think so. I was only teammates with him for like 6 months maybe. I can't remember when Jackie actually left, but it wasn't too long, and he'd already kind of made the transition, if I'm being honest, because he was getting changed in the coach's room because he was taking the reserves. So he was always kind of taking part of training that as well, so it was quite an easy transition. I think it was the most sensible thing to do, if I'm being honest.
Your first season at the club was the title winning season. What are your sort of fondest memories of that season?
Probably what I look back at most when my career's over, well, up to now. Just the full feeling. After the first couple of games, I felt that I didn't really know what to expect because I hadn't played in the Championship before, where we would be at that. But I knew we were going for the title. But after the first few games, I really thought that we definitely had enough in our locker to get there. There's so many games that stand out. The one that comes to my head right away is the Cowden Beef game that got cancelled. I think that was a massive part of us actually winning the league.
Do you think that was the key moment? Do you think that was the turning point within the squad? That was the moment everyone really believed?
Yeah, I think that was just fate, because I don't think we'd have got that result. I think it was like 70th minute or something, and that we're 2-1 behind. So I don't know if we'd have got back out of that game, but we obviously went back there and got the 3 points the next time we played them, so it was massive for us.
You spent 6 years at Thistle. Who were your favourite players to play with on the pitch, at any position?
Well, I loved playing with Sod. I think we were perfect together because I like to come inside. I preferred playing on the right. I still do. It's ideal having a right back that's going to overlap you, and it kind of gives you a bit more space. So I really enjoyed playing with Sod. But there was obviously a lot of good players we had there at the time. Banzo was obviously brilliant. Dulles, Squiddy, some great players. Higgy was unplayable at some points as well. So there's a lot of players I enjoyed playing with, but the first one I think I had the best relationship on the park with would have been Sod.
How did you personally cope with like the step up to the Premiership?
I don't think I actually done that well, if I'm being honest. My first year, I think being a winger and all that, like you're pretty inconsistent now and again, so I don't think that helped me, if I'm being honest. The first year I wasn't really happy with how it went, but I still managed to get a few goals. I think it was 5 that year. I think I only played something like 20 games, so still wasn't a bad return, but if I'm being honest, I don't think I initially made the jump as easy as I wished. As years went on, I felt like it more adapted to the levels, because that's quite a jump, if I'm being honest. You don't really think it with the bottom teams in the Prem to the champ, but it's a weekly basis. It's just constant hard games, so it takes a wee while to get used to. If I'm being critical of myself, I don't think I actually made the step up that well the first year.
I saw yesterday that the SPFL tweeted out a video of your goal against Aberdeen at Firhill. What was your favourite goal for the club?
I liked the one I put St Johnstone. It got me a 1 goal of the season with that one. That's the one. That's probably the best goal I've ever scored. The half volley. So that one pops out in my head right away. But I also go back to the playoffs. The year we won the league. Like we played in Fairlawn, I think it was, and I scored a slide tackle basically at the back post. So I hit a shot and I've tapped it in. That was a massive goal. We ended up winning 5-1 that game, obviously. But I think that was. They were flying at that point as well with us, so that was a massive goal, and I remember that one fondly as well.
If we talk about your last year at the club, I think that was a tough year for everybody. I think you had a couple of injury problems, and then you were playing quite a lot of left wing back. How did you find that last year?
Obviously, it didn't end well. That's the worst I've ever felt on a football pitch. To make matters worse, I had my stag do the next day, and I was obviously gutted, so I didn't want to go, but obviously I had to. But that just kind of put a bit of a negative feeling on my full summer, if I'm being honest. It was a difficult year. I don't think that team should have got relegated. I think we had enough in the team to push on for the year before. If I'm being critical, I don't think we were consistent at all. I think we just assumed we were going to pick up points there and maybe weren't putting in the graft, and I think that's maybe it was part of our downfall.
Can I ask you about, you were obviously released at the end of that season. What was that like? Was that difficult to have that conversation? And can I also ask, if you were making that decision, would you have kept yourself?
It's tough. I don't really know. I never actually had a conversation. As I said, I went my stag the next day, and I had a missed call for the gaffer Archie at the time, and obviously I was my phone was in the room. I didn't get it, so when I came back I spoke to him, but it'd already been confirmed that I was leaving by that point, kind of. But there wasn't really much conversation. He just thanked me for my time and that, and I don't really know the thought process behind it. I would, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't have released me. I don't know if that was the case, because we spoke after the game, and he was basically confirming that that I gave it everything for the team to try and because I think he's come out and said he trusted maybe back the wrong players sometimes, and I think he's come out and said that, but I definitely didn't think that was aimed at me at all, because as I said, after the game we spoke, and he knew he could trust me, and he knew I would give it 100% for Thistle. So I think it was maybe a case he didn't think I would want to go to the Championship, but we never even had the chance to speak about that.
You're obviously at Livingston now. What was it like to join the squad that did relegate Thistle? Was that awkward, or was it did you get a bit of stick from the Livy boys?
Yeah, I get pelters all the time, constantly. Keegan Jacobs the worst for it. He had his testimonial this year, and the programme's actually had a picture of me on the back of it after he scored a goal, so he every opportunity he gets he brings it up. It was difficult. Don't get me wrong, the boys are great. I knew I was going to get a bit when I signed, just because I didn't expect to be back here that early, so I was getting the brunt of it, but now Squiddy gets a bit of it as well, so that's took a wee bit of the heat off me.
I've seen you playing the television a couple of times for Livy. Obviously you get mentioned as one of their key players and they're having a great season. What are your goals for the rest of the season, and then what are your plans beyond that?
As a team, we want to get top 6 confirmed as soon as possible. The aim at the start of the season was just to stay up again, try and better our points total. We're on course to do that, but try and get top 6 thrown up, and then we'll just see it for there. That's the aim now for the team. Personally, I'm just trying to see if I can get as many goals and assists as possible, because I had a target of 10 goals. and I've got that already, so hopefully I can just add a couple more, and obviously that'll help the team if I'm contributing goals and assists. So that's just them personally, but as a team we're just trying to get top 6. From there we'll see how far we can go.
Thinking just like a couple of years in the future maybe, do you have any aspirations to go down south or maybe try playing abroad at all?
I've always wanted to go abroad, if I'm being honest. I'd rather do that than go down south. I'm realistic. I know I'm not going to go to a team pushing for the Prem or maybe even the Championship, but I don't really know if the style I play down there would suit me. I think I'm more suited to abroad, just based on like physicality and stuff like that. So I've always wanted to try abroad, but I've had a couple of chances over the years. Well, I've not actually, to be fair, because the bids get knocked back. So that was one of my regrets so far, not being able to go abroad and test myself in a more technical league. Not that this one's got some very good players in it as well, but I've always felt like I'd be more suited abroad. So hopefully down the line I can get to do that. But I'm just focusing on Livingston now, and we'll see how it goes for there. Hopefully
you've got a good few years left in you yet, but once you do hang up your boots, do you have any plans for a coaching career or anything else you've got your eye on?
Yeah, I'm actually got to do my badges this year. I think I'm going to go and do them. I think Banjo's got to do them as well, so I'll probably do it. No, sorry, next season I'll start it. So I think we've got to do that. But I've always liked that. I had a year in between going full time at Motherwell and leaving school, where I went to college and done coaching. So I've always liked that part of the game as well. So hopefully I can get into that. But if not, I'm going to do a course in heating engineer. Everybody's got their backup, so that'll be my backup. I've got a few pals and my brother-in-law do that, so I've always got that to fall back on. But I'd love to get into coaching.
That would be great. Aye. So hopefully, if we don't see you back on the pitch at Firhill, we'll see you in the dugout one day.
Hopefully, I'll be back. I'm coming tomorrow night, I think.
It's a big game.
You'll see a massive game. Hopefully, I can turn the season around. It's obviously been disappointing. But I think I've got the right many charges now to get them out of this predicament. Massive game tomorrow, hopefully pick up 3 points.
Aye, it is. Anyway, Stevie, thanks very much for your time. It was great talking to you.
No worries at all, mate, anytime.
Thanks, mate. See you later.
Cheers, mate. Bye.